Hello my fellow gamers and welcome to Philosophy Videos. Today I have for you another game preview, and do note that the release date is hot on the heels of this video. The game I'm going to show you and talk about today is called Taur, and it's coming out in only a few days, on the 20th of February. This is a hard game to define as it brings together a lot of different elements. It borrows gameplay from tower defense, but it uses open maps and has a single tower structure, more like a fortress, albeit one armed to the teeth. It can house dozens of different weapons and deployable units. Then again, as you get to shoot its main dual weapon gun, it's also an action game. But the mix is further complicated by the RPG skill research tree and a strategy map layer complete with half a dozen resources. If you wanted to give this game a genre, you will have to call it, let's see, action RPG strategy tower defense. Quite a mouthful, but the game's name just Taur. It comes from the name of the planet Tauron, on which you do battle, and the droid civilization living, well, more like existing on it, called the Tauron droids. They are under siege by the Imperion, another droid civilization. Only difference is they already control most of the galaxy, and they have set their sights and their considerable army on Tauron. You come into the picture as the human commander given the task of commanding their most powerful battle station / fortress. Because while they are great at weapon making, the Tauron droids are bad at warfare. This is exactly why the Imperion is here to relieve them of their advanced weaponry and take over the planet and then the rest of the universe. Your job as the commander is to prevent this from happening by securing the planet one battle at a time. You start the game with the planet already divided, but each battle won gives you more control. This looks easy at the start, but you will only have ever one battle station at your disposal, while the enemy can strike multiple times a day. Since you only get one deployment per day, you later can only choose to land and defend one battlefield at a time, meaning that the other places are left with no protection and the Imperion takes over, lowering your control over the whole planet. Here's where the strategic elements really kick into play, as not only do you have to keep a balance on the capture points, but also choose missions depending on the resources you need to research new tech, unlock new weapon turrets or droid units, and also upgrade your main guns. At the start of the game, you only have two guns, a fast-firing repeating railgun and a slow plasma mortar. Each weapon has its own strengths and weaknesses, and you will be pitted against a multitude of different enemies, requiring changing your weapon loadout on the fly to meet different battlefield requirements. The mission briefing does give you a hint about the kinds of enemies you will face and what kind of attack you will be defending from. So you will know whether you are going to be fighting long range against massive battle tanks, taking down aircraft, or sniping individual paratrooping infantry units. To augment your weapons, turrets and droid units, you also get to unlock special powers and abilities, which you can activate for bonus defense or offense. There is the time warp ability, which slows down enemies for a short time, allowing for easier aim. While the game might not come presenting high resolution textures, the animations are great and fluid, the effects are stunning and quite beautiful, while the battlefields are fully destructible, of course if you equip the right weapon for the job. As I mentioned before, the game starts off easy and slow, and the first few missions are mostly tutorials. But as the days go by and the invasion intensifies, you will start to be attacked by entire swarms of enemies in invasion scenarios or by extremely tough tanks in the siege missions. The aim is to hold on, defend as much of the planet as possible, upgrade your battle station's weapons, and prepare to meet the enemy overlord, who is the boss of the Imperion. Defeating him is the only victory condition of this game. I have enjoyed the game a lot for the short time I have been playing it up to now, and I can't even tell you much about the sounds and music design, which means that there is nothing in that aspect that stood out, but simply helped me enjoy the game, and as you know, if something is there and does its job well, you will never even notice it. That is how good the sound and music in this game complement the gameplay, that you will be fully immersed and enjoying it without ever noticing the music unless you stop playing, which I could barely do to give this preview. I would like to use this opportunity to say thank you to developer Jonas, who is the sole one-man army behind this game, and the developer company Echo Entertainment. Now excuse me, there is a missile system I want to unlock and an overlord I want to atomize. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more previews and game updates.